Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm DX Phoenix, and we're here for another game review. And what I do in these is I take a game and we look at what I think can improve on and what really does make the game stand out amongst some of the others in its own category. And for this, we're looking at Solasta, Crown of the Magister, which is made by Tactical Adventures. Now, what Tactical Adventures have done, they've actually gotten a 5th edition. They've actually spoken to Wizards of the Coast and they've actually using the 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons rulebook alongside some of their own little tweaks in here and there. Because you'll see that when you play the game, there's some creatures which I believe are not in the normal D&D 5th edition monster manuals and rulebooks of some of the creatures, but then there is some which are very similar to what
straight
you're
away
used to
what you
dealing
can
with.
see
So without further
on the
ado, let's actually
main
get into this
menu.
and look at some
As soon as
of
you load up the
Solasta
title screen,
right now.
you won't be faced with continue, or you could be, but I've actually done a couple playthroughs of this already. So, there goes the music. What we have, you'll have new adventure. There is only at the moment Crown of the Magister adventure in here, so I'm assuming by all this they're going to be giving us some more to look at. Now the next thing that we're going to look at is characters. Yes, I would like to leave that, thank you. Characters. I've made a few of these already, but we're just going to quickly make one and then go through some other bits. So, new character. Straight away you are left with these 5 character races. We have dwarves, half-elves, humans, elves, and halflings. Right, when it comes to dwarves, elves, and halflings, they have a couple sub-races as well, or in this case, lineages. Half-elves and humans are the only ones without that at the moment. Whether they'll be adding some in later on, we're not sure. I would like to see, especially for the elves, the half-elves at least, definitely some lineages for them, considering how we have 2 lineages of the elves. But with dwarves, we have hill dwarves and snow dwarves. What actually does the difference between the lineages normally is there will be slightly different attributes which increases. So for the snow dwarves we have a constitution +2, but their lineages gives them a dexterity +1. Whereas the hill dwarf, their constitution +2 stays the same, but they have a wisdom +1 increase instead. And those who are familiar with the character creation rules of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons will notice this is also very similar. What we're going to do is we're just going to go to elves again, and Sylvan elves appear to be the wild elves of 5th edition. They are changing the names slightly, so it's not completely stuck with it. And with the Sylvan, they have that movement bonus as well, which, considering how it is, they're saying 6 blocks on here. I'm equating those blocks to 5 feet, so if I ever start discussing anything about the movement again during the game, I'm saying it in feet instead of the squares and blocks which this is referring to. That is because of my own experience with 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. And I apologise if I use any of the actual normal Wizards of the Coast terminology in the video. But with the Sylvan Elves or Wild Elves, they have a 35 feet movement if you consider each block a 5-foot square, so 7, which is about right. They have a dexterity modifier, which most elves get, that's at +2, but Sylvan, much like the Wild Elves, have that +1 modifier to wisdom, which is really good for any type of ranger class, spellcasting class, which uses wisdom, like druid or cleric. As well as they have their elven weapon training as well, giving them proficiency in certain martial weapons, which is always great. So we're going to make a Sylvan Elf, and these are the classes we have access to at the moment. With these classes we have Cleric, Fighter, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, and Wizard. And again, much like 5th edition, these all have their own sub-classes. Just bear with me a moment. Right, and with Cleric, as I feel, has some of the most versatility in it so far, especially in Solasta when you look at the rest of these classes. Cleric, much like I did with the Baldur's Gate video, because I'm in two minds in regards to both these games, both of them have great aspects. Solasta, for me, just has that thing of it pulls me back a little bit more. And when we look at the Divine Domains, which you can access at level 1, like Cleric in Dungeons and Dragons, we also have access to, if you're wanting a healing class, and this is for Dungeons and Dragons as a whole, if you're wanting a healing class, ladies and gentlemen, you go Cleric, you have to go Life Domain. I'm sorry. Life Domain is just so much better. Because of one ability. At level 1, Discipline of Life. Casting a healing spell, the target regains HP equivalent to 2 times a spell level. That is amazing. Okay. Not only do you get the spell itself, but you also get that modifier on top of it. That's a modifier on top of your modifier. That is just even more powerful. My first playthrough, which I did on Twitch when streaming, I had a Life Domain Cleric. A lot of the party stays alive with this Cleric, and a tip for anyone DMing, you know you have a Life Domain Cleric at your table, and you're playing an intelligent character, and you're role-playing an intelligent character to fight them, go for that Cleric. Okay, go for that Cleric. That will weaken the party, and anyone that's at a table and you're wanting to min-max a little bit, make sure you have a second healer to make sure that Cleric stays up. But we have loads of other things. So you have your Life Cleric, who is your bread and butter healing class. We then have the Battle Cleric, the War Domain Cleric, which has more things. You have your Diverse Strike, Herald of Battle. You also have a Law Cleric, Oblivion, Insight, Sun, Elemental of Fire, Ice, and Lightning. All these having their own unique little pieces to them. Take your time, read through these, find out which ones you like. I'm going to go with what I always tend to go with whenever I pick Cleric, which is a Life Domain Cleric, because I love this healing ability it has. Not just that, it also has a second healing ability with its Channel Divinity Preserve Life. Restore hit points 5 times Cleric level to 1 or more allies, 6 cells, or 30 feet up to half their hit point maximum. Okay, so let me just put that into perspective at the moment. Half their hit point maximum. Say you got a Paladin on your team. The hit point maximum is 30. You can use this, and say you're a level 3 Cleric. Well, that's 3 times, that's 15. You can pour all of this into that Paladin if they're at 0 and bring them back up to half health. Straight away, you still have all your spells left with this. Or you still have any spell slots you had prior to casting this still available. So say you've only cast one spell and you've been casting cantrips all this time, you've got all those spell slots left. This is powerful. And then at level 6 you have Blessed Healer. When you cast a spell of first level or higher that restores hit points to a creature other than yourself, you regain hit points equal to 2 times the spell level. So say I cast a level 1 healing word and I'm down like 10 HP, and I cast a healing word on or I cast cure wounds or healing word on someone, depending on how close they are. Well, there's some more hit points for me, so I'm healing up as I'm healing the party. So how much damage I take, I can still start healing
I can heal myself as I heal everyone else, which is a bonus, especially when you start using those higher level spell slots. So let's have a look at this. Let's go to equipment. You can adjust equipment as well while you are here. So say you don't like your cleric wearing medium armor because it slows them down, and you know it's going to, your world that you're in, saying it's a D&D game at the table, requires a lot of sneaking, or it's this which also requires a fair bit of sneaking in it as well. You can switch to leather armor. You're not too happy with the mace? That's fine. You can, if you wanted, switch it to any other weapon. I'm keeping the crossbow because we have got the dexterity bonus. So I'm going to keep the crossbow. I don't like the mace, but at any point I can switch that out during the playthrough. You can have priest pack, you can have explorer's pack, shield and holy symbol. I think that's about right. Validate that. We're going to move on. Now we pick the deity. This is where, if you know which one you want, you need to pick the deity responding to that domain. And all you have to do, just click on and just look through. We know Arun, or Arun, I'm terrible at pronunciations, is our elemental and sun domains. I don't want Arun. Let's try Elnar. No, that's battle and law. Elnar's not for us either. Mariike, there we go. That's the one I want. I wanted life domain, like I said earlier. I'm going to make the life domain cleric. Here we go. Right, it tells us what we're going to get as we level up. So at level 1 we get straight away Bless and Cure Wounds. Level 3 we'll have Lesser Restoration, Spiritual Weapon. And then at level 5 we'll have Revivify and Mass Healing Word. These are given to us straight away. We also get proficiency in heavy armor, which means we get more of a armor bonus. Or we get more armor and we don't have to worry about being hit as much. Which is another good tip for anyone playing cleric. You don't want the cleric being hit. You don't want to be hit. You need to raise your AC a lot. So here's some tips. Medium armor plus your plus 2 dex can, if you use half plate, bring you up to an AC of 19 with a shield. That is difficult to hit at low levels. Believe me, I've had some people real struggle hit Paladin. I've done that too. So now let's move on. Right, here is the backgrounds. Again, take your time, read through these, pick the one that you think most suits your character. For me, I'm going with Acolyte, but we do have Academic, Acolyte, Aristocrat, Lawkeeper, Lowlife, Philosopher, Sellsword, and Spy. I'm going with Acolyte. Here it gives us our alignment, which you can pick. So you can pick neutral, you can pick chaotic good, you can pick lawful good. I'm going with just neutral, meaning our flag is pragmatism and cautious, but also from our personality trait we also have lawfulness, caution, violence, and altruism. I'm going lawfulness. Again, just read through these. A tendency to always try and help those in need. Let's go with that. That sounds about right. Pragmatism and caution. Right, now we've done that, let's move on. Here's the real fun part with this class. With Solasta, shall I say, as a whole. From Baldur's Gate, you never got to pick your scores. With this, you can switch from dice rolls to point buy, if you wanted, just up here. However, if you wanted to, like I've done, like I will do eventually, is I'll go through this, I'll make some more characters on stream. I'm going to limit my rerolls to, this is my first roll, great. I'm going to do one more reroll. If I don't get it, don't get what I want, I'm going standard array. You can do this, you can set these limits to yourself. Or, if you don't want to set these limits to yourself, you can hit this button as many times as you like. Spam it until you get to see as many 18s as you wish. If you're lucky enough, because this is a random rolls.
It keeps going. But what we're going to do first, well, thinking of our... I'm going to leave these as they are. I'm thinking of the character and what they're going to be doing. Right, our healing. Right, healing. Healing comes from our wisdom, so we need this. It's got +1 already. But also, we're wearing light armor. Our AC is affected by our dex. So, let's max our dex straight away. 20. There. That's a +5 modifier to add armor class. We're wearing leather armor, that's 11 already, so that's now 16. We have a shield, that's now hopefully 18 of our AC. Great. Next thing is our spell casting. I'm gonna have to use that 15. I want that +3. Now that's a healing. That healing word is a D4 +1. That cure wounds is a D8 +3, not +1. Sorry, a D4 +3. Now start slotting these wherever you want them to be. Remembering, if you are wanting to spec into heavy armor, strength can't be too low. But for me, constitution's got to be high. They'll be fairly... That looks fine to me. I'm not going to use any heavy armor with this character. So there's 14s in those areas, giving us those +2s. I only let down his strength, but that's not too bad. We now switch over. AC is 18, like I said. Great. Now we have our skills. Again, some of these have been picked in because of your class, race, and background. But now you get to pick some of your own. What is your character going to be good at? You know what? Medicine, yes. Another thing that this one can do, it's use the herbalism kit, which means you can craft medicine, you can craft healing potions. And do you want to be persuasive, or do you want to be, or do you want to know more about your history? Pick them. Pick out of these two. I'm going with history for this one, and another language it knows, Ultimarian. Great. Then we go. Now we get to pick our spells. Right, we get to pick 3 cantrips. But right before I do this, going back to the proficiencies, keep in mind you're not restricted to, with this game, as I'll get to in a moment, by the one class you're creating now, or one character you're creating now. And as I'll get into in just a moment, you're not limited at all by the ones pre-created. You don't have to use any of them. You can create 4 new characters straight away off the bat, just going bang, 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 done, and then go into this with 4 brand new created characters, and you're controlling all of them. So don't hold back, do that. I did it, and you can really begin to work around and think, right, your weakness is going to be history, so therefore you need to pick up on that. None of you two know about medicine, so this third one's going to know about medicine, and vice versa. You want to get into a place, get into an area and pick locks, put a rogue in there who instantly has the ability to pick locks, because they're thieves' tools. But right now we want Spare Dying, I want Sacred Flame, and I want Light. Actually, do I want Light? Can I unpick that? Change. Yes. I want Sparkle. Target up to 3 lightable objects and light them up immediately. That looks a little better. Okay, let's go with that. Now we're at the identity of this character. Again, name it whatever you want. You've got your hair colours. By all means, go crazy with it. Physique, age. You can age them as much as you want. Change their physique, make them as tough as you make them want to make them look. Put some backstory in there if you wish, and you're feeling creative. All of this is up to you to decide. But anyway, we're going to hit back, and we're actually going to have a look at some of the combat. So I'm going to bring us back when I've actually got some combat for us to look at. Alright then, so here we go. So, if anything, the cutscenes are a little bit long, and after this battle we will be having a look at some other aspects of the game which I think also really help and make it interesting.
Here we go. Straight away, we get to look at the initiative roll. So if you want to take note of who's going first or anything like that, you could do, but it is all here who is going first. So straight away we have our cleric, Callan, who is also a life cleric. It wasn't the one that I made a few moments ago. This is a character I did create. I did create all these characters prior to a stream, and I'm just showing you some of the combat. So you can move here, cast. He has some level 1 spells. Let's use Guiding Bolt. And you can just take a sneak guess at who's going first, like this. Right. You're also going first. There's disadvantage to hit you. I'm not disadvantaged to hit that one. That's going to be my best target. There we go. That takes down. But also look at some of the effects of your spells. Guiding Bolt, if I didn't kill it, I would have advantage to hit that one with my next attack, whoever attacks it. Which is also good to remember. Moving on. Right, so we've actually managed to surprise these. But I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on you. You're my Hunter's Mark. I can tell that by up here I have this little icon. That's the one which this character, Enna, my ranger, is always going to target now. You get to see your dice rolls as well at the bottom. That was a miss, so they're all surprised. Here is our wizard. Now I was partially challenged by a friend to actually do this with a wizard because he didn't enjoy it, but I'm going to cast spell. I'm not going to cast spell. Use that item. Can't hide. Yeah, I'm going to cast Firebolt up here at this one. Cantrip. Nice, some fire damage. Now we're at our paladin, who is going to lie in wait just here, ready. I'm going to ready a melee attack. Right. So now we're going to cast spell. If I Guiding Bolt, I'm at disadvantage to hit this one. So I'm going to Sacred Flame. Can't. I'm out of range. That's not that big of a problem. Let's move up a little bit. Now I'm not. Oh, yeah, that disadvantage. Yeah, it doesn't apply to someone when I have a spell or cantrip that uses saving throws. So there's some other tips you can even take to your gaming table, guys. Oh, I can't hit it. I've got disadvantage with my attack, but I have a spell that does that you need to save from. That negates your disadvantage straight away. Pop that instead. And here we go. Our paladin, Serenray, just had their readied attack triggered by this wolf. It's a wolf. There's no other way around it. And he's attacking. You can at any moment, whenever your paladin hits a target, smite.
Another victory. This is destiny.
Making sure that you kill anything you hit. Alright, we're going to try and hit you again. And there's that damage from that Hunter's Mark, that one extra damage kicking in. Well done, you left the threatened area of the wizard. You should have gone for him first. Now I'm going to cast a spell from him. And I'm going to be real evil. I'm going to magic missile. Just going to hit him with all three.
Impressive move, my friend.
Again, if you're using a wizard,
And you've got spell slots. There's a nice little thing for you to use. Magic Missile never misses. Well, the wolf will be coming in soon, but I'm not so worried about that. Do I want to smite? Yeah, sure. Why not? Smite.
Run while you can.
There we go. Now, moving on. Now, it might just be me, but I just feel that combat in this game is just a little bit better than Baldur's Gate at the moment.
Once more, we prevail.
Yeah, we are done. There are no there's no things to pick up, so for us, just gonna click on everyone. We're gonna go to the campfire, and we are gonna finish off our long rest. Now, here comes the next thing about this. Travel. Well done, you're traveling. I like this in Solasta. You can travel. You can craft on the move. And this is something that I do like. So Callan has just finished his scroll of cure wounds. So we're going to click back on Callan. We're going to go to crafting, and you know what? I want to craft another cure wound scroll. Well, we're going. Great. Callan's now going to craft that. We're going to resume our travel. Seven Ray's finished the potion of healing. This is great. Let's go back into Seven Ray. We're going to go crafting, and we are going to craft up another healing potion. And keep on going. And there's casting good berries, so everyone has got food supplies. But I also have our wizard who was just on it, Adren. He's just finished a magic missile scroll. Now what I can do is here I can take off the potion slot and start putting in these scrolls. So he's going to use these scrolls of magic missile in place of his spell slots. I'm always going to hit a target, and I'm making sure he stays stocked up with these. And you can just keep on going. I've made this the longest journey possible, about five or 6 days, to get to where we need to go. Which means we're going to get a lot of crafting done, and make sure they have plenty of food before leaving. That's another thing. You need to check your food rations before you move on. And I will just click on Serenray. Make sure you've got plenty of these. These are your ration pouches. Make sure you've got plenty of food before you travel, because you may get stuck. Unless you do happen to have a lovely little ranger who happens to have the Goodberry spell. You may not be in that much of. You may not be in trouble for long with that, because one Goodberry pretty much lasts you the whole day. This will make up for your food rations, and this is also same at your game table. Serenray crafting. I want you to craft another potion. And away we go. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Solasta Crown of the Magister, and we've had the winter update. So on my Twitter, DXPhoenix66613, come find out. It's on there. There's links in the descriptions down below. There's a link tree down there for everything else. There's links to all the other stuff. It is down below in the description. Come by, say hi. At the moment we're going through Cyberpunk 2077. I'm enjoying the game, even with all its little bugs and that. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. The bugs, they're not getting to me. I like the game so much. But come say hi. Follow if you want. Find out when I'm going to be live again. I stream pretty much on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. My schedule is I start at 8, I go for at least a couple of hours, so 8 till 10 or 8 till 11. But here's the thing, guys, if I'm really enjoying a game, when it comes to Saturday and Sunday, I may start that a little bit earlier. I have been starting at 7 quite a lot because I want to get into those games. I love those games, and when it's been Cyberpunk, I've been going till about 11, half 11. I've been so drawn into it. So come in, come say hi, by all means. And as soon as we're finished with Cyberpunk, we're coming back to Solasta. I'm looking forward to the next stage of this game. I'm really looking forward to it. I've gotten to the end of it now. Now it's had an update. We've had some more content added to it. I'm looking forward to what else this game has got. And I just love the gameplay of it. I really have. As soon as I got this around the same time as Baldur's Gate. As soon as I played this, it took me away from Baldur's Gate. This just drew me in even more. And also with the fact that they've hopefully fixed the dark vision in this, I'm looking forward to it so much more. Because there's some creatures where if they're in darkness, you've got disadvantage to hit them. With dark vision, that might take it away. That would be great. Ha! You're in darkness. I have dark vision. I can still see you perfectly fine, mate. That should be great. But there's also little things. But again, if you're also wanting some more D&D discussions, let me know in the comments below. Please, 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 just drop comments, ask me questions down there. I'm happy to answer anything you've got. Also, if it's something you want in the future, you'd like a D&D discussion video in the future, let me know. I'll happily answer any questions you guys have got, and I'll even shout out to those that ask the questions. I will mention your name, I'll bring up your question on screen, and we can discuss it. Also, even if it's a case of you wanted a stream where I'm just chatting and I'm answering D&D questions, let me know. I want to know anything you guys want to do, discuss, and watch in the future. Again, this may be my channel, but it's more of a community thing than anything else. I want to give back to people. So, let me know. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. I'm DX Phoenix. Also, have fun playing Solasta. It is an amazing game and it's still early access. And what they're doing so far, Baldur's Gate's got something to worry about. Because this game literally took me away from Baldur's Gate. And I liked Baldur's Gate. This is just gives me so much more. Take care and enjoy that and enjoy the game. See you guys next time. Goodbye.